Marbury versus Madison, probably the most important case that ever came out of the United States Supreme Court. I'd be happy to take you through this case. Here's what happened. John Adams had just lost the re-election to Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson and Aaron Burr were set to come in as president and vice president. Before this happened, John Adams got together with Congress and they created a particular judicial act that gave him the authority to stack the courts in his favor. So he sent out a bunch of commissions to a bunch of different people based off of this act that they had put together. Most of these commissions had been delivered, which they had to be delivered in order for them to be valid. But some had not been delivered, and that was because they were on horseback. And as time went on, they just couldn't get the commissions to everyone. Thomas Jefferson became president. Once he was president, the people that did not receive their commissions were pretty upset. And they said, we want our commissions, we want to be judges. Thomas Jefferson said, that's too bad, I'm not going to deliver those commissions. That's just how Thomas Jefferson was. They decided to sue using another judicial act on a writ of mandamus or mandamus. Up to the U.S. Supreme Court it goes, and they said, you have to force the president to issue these commissions. John Marshall, who had been Secretary of State for John Adams, was in a bit of a tight spot. He didn't want to pull apart the government that we had just freshly formed, so he had to think about a way to kind of work the situation so there wouldn't be too much political fallout. He decided that that second judicial act that they relied on in order to bring the issue up in front of the court was unconstitutional. That particular piece asking for a writ of mandamus or mandamus. Because he tossed that out and he said the U.S. Supreme Court now has the authority for judicial review of any law to see if it's constitutional or not. And we're holding that it's not constitutional. So he tossed out that bit of that particular judicial act. So the commissions did not have to be given because the act that they were using in order to require the President Jefferson, to deliver those commissions was invalid. So he kind of took a third route. Do they have to be delivered? Do they not have to be delivered? Well, instead, let's just make the law that's questioning them being delivered illegal. So this set out judicial review of the Constitution when it comes to any laws. And there you have it, Marbury versus Madison.